Welcome back to the Playdate by Freshly Picked. I'm your host, Kaitlin Hansen, and I hope everybody is having a fabulous Wednesday. Welcome to Midweek Mantras. Woo! Okay, well, super happy to be here today. First things first, I'm just going to kind of run through what's been going on in my neck of the woods. So, my 5-year-old, who actually is here at the podcast studio with me, her and my 2-year-old, they're in the back room watching Bluey, which is awesome. I always like to bring them to work with me when I can, when it's just me, because I think it's so important for them to see what I do for work. And it's just kind of nice to have them here too. A, I don't have to hire a sitter, and B, they can see what I'm doing when there is a sitter. So it works out great. And then they just have a little glimpse of, yeah, what's mommy doing when she's not here? My 5-year-old just started kindergarten. So that was going on. Last week was her first week. So she started on Tuesday. And so far, it's been amazing. She is loving it. And it's been great. She's somebody that really thrives on structure and learning and social interactions. So it's been great to have her back in a routine. And I'm just so happy so far with the school that we've chosen. It is a little bit of a drive from me. I'm not complaining though, because I did choose this. There definitely were schools closer, but I wanted this specific school. And so far, the drive hasn't been bad. It's been great, just as a time for us to kind of talk about her day and do affirmations and listen to music or listen to books. So that's been great. And then her school's just been amazing. I love that it has uniforms because it's not a fight to get dressed in the morning. And she's been doing such a good job of just picking out her outfits because there's just like a set thing that she can wear. And the school serves free lunch and free breakfast, which is amazing. So if we get out the door and I forgot her lunch, which I did last week, they have it for her. Or if she didn't get enough to eat at breakfast, they've got breakfast. So far it's been amazing, which makes it a lot easier for me as well. One funny thing that just barely happened. So for those that are listening and not watching on YouTube, I'm wearing like this smocked dress from Free People. The top is like super stretchy. I was waiting in the pickup line today and I reached back to unbuckle. My little girl had like a backpack that buckled in the front and she had buckled that up. So I reached back to unbuckle it so that she could get in her booster. And her teacher was helping her in the car. And then I looked down after she shut the door and my nipple was out. So that's cool. Don't know who saw it and honestly don't care. I'm like, a nipple's a nipple. I hope it brightened somebody's day. So that's really cool. Another thing that was eventful that happened this week as well is here in Utah County, there was a crazy storm that hit last week. I go to a cookbook club once a month, and I was on my way to cookbook club, and it just started pouring rain. And I mean, it was like a lot of rain, but I was like, whatever, I can drive in the rain. I was driving with my sister-in-law, and we got to the place. And then all of a sudden, I started getting like a ton of texts from my neighborhood has like a group text. And so I started getting a lot of messages from them of everybody saying that they were flooding and saying how bad the storm was and that there was like bad hail. There wasn't any hail where the cookbook club was, so that didn't like hit. But so I tried to call my husband a couple times. He didn't answer. Then I tried to text him and I was just like, hey, people in the neighborhood are saying that they flooded. Like, are we good? We've never flooded. So I didn't think we would, but he was like, yeah, we're screwed. And so I was like, oh gosh, I don't know what that means. My husband wasn't answering his phone. So I'm like, oh gosh, I don't know how bad this is. So I just immediately called my parents who live like maybe 15 minutes away from us. And my brother, I was just like, hey, can you go over to my house and help? I'm going to leave cookbook club, but Eric said that we are flooding. And then I was about 6 minutes away from my grandparents' house. My grandparents have like those big, huge, like flood fans. So I stopped by their house, grabbed those fans and an extra shop vac, and just hurried home. On the way home, Eric finally called me back and he was like, hey, I couldn't answer or talk because I was scooping like 5-gallon buckets of water from the window wells in the stairwell because he's like, I was afraid that the glass was going to break. So by the time we got home, there was just like a little bit of standing water in the basement. And luckily we've been working on finishing our basement, but we didn't have like carpet or flooring in. So it made it half of our basement is finished. And the part that was finished, water like didn't make it to because we had a big roll of carpet and like paper up against the door. So we got really lucky. And although that sucks and is like very unfortunate, I feel like we ended up best case scenario. And I was like, it was trying to look on the bright side. I'm like, I think you can laugh or you can cry about things. But I was like, okay, it was kind of exciting. And we just probably will have to replace like a few baseboards and nobody's hurt and it's just a house and all will be well and we can get it fixed. So overall, not too bad. So I've still been doing my good things are always happen to me note on my phone. I've actually been told from a couple of people that like doing this as well, that there's like better apps for it. So I probably should look into that. But on the drive home, there was the most beautiful rainbow. And I put that on my good things are always happening to me because I'm like, you know what? We flooded, but best case scenario, and there was a beautiful rainbow. So good things are all around you. Now to the midweek mantra part of this episode. So while I'm like preparing for these episodes, I am just like saving different quotes that I see either on like TikTok, Pinterest, Instagram, things that I'm hearing. And I just save all of those and share them here. So I'm just going to read a couple and talk about a couple. So I really loved this one. It says, becoming a mother leaves no woman as it found her. It unravels her. It rebuilds her. It cracks her open, takes her to her edges. It's both beautiful and brutal, often at the same time. And I heard this quote, I can't remember from who, but this one is from Crowded, just so I can like make sure I'm tagging it. It says, grounded growing, Nikki Macone, if I'm saying that right. But I heard this one. I have two friends that one just had her baby last Wednesday. And one of my good friends is actually getting induced today. And I just was thinking a lot. One's a first-time mom, one's a second-time mom. And I was texting my one friend that's a first-time mom, and I'm like, it is like you are about to embark on like such an incredible journey. It's so hard, but so rewarding. And she's had a rough pregnancy. And so I just think like, I don't know. I think it's good to go in with certain expectations, and I just really loved this quote. I think like for me, becoming a mom has changed me so much in so many different ways and has been so transformative. Like I am such a different person than I was before kids. So, and I think it's good to like celebrate the beautiful things too. And then I also found these new mom affirmations that I was sending to her because I think when you are a first-time mom or even just adding a new baby to your family, you're definitely spread more thin than you were. And I think it's helpful to have little things to cling on to that can help remind you that you're doing an incredible job. So this first one is, my confidence as a mother grows every day. I will do my best, and my best is enough. It's okay to make mistakes. Like the amount of mistakes I have made, it's wild. But I think how you rectify those and fix those and, you know, try not to make them again is what really matters. There's quite a few of affirmations on here, but another one that I loved was it takes time to learn how to balance motherhood. And I've been a mom for, 5.5 years. And I feel like it wasn't until really this year that I found my stride in becoming a mom. It comes very quickly and easily to others, and some it takes a little bit longer. And I'm one of those people that it took a little bit longer. I used to believe that there was no such thing as work-life balance and home life balance. And I'm here to tell you that that's not true. And it just takes a little bit of extra work to set up certain systems and saying no to things and making sure that you're prioritizing other things. So those were a couple little tidbits that I found this week that have helped me. I hope everybody has a wonderful week, and we'll see you next time for Midweek Mantras. Bye.